Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Things have been pretty busy here lately in Brandon land, so instead of a review, today I'm putting out my very first TBR video. If you don't know, TBR stands for To Be Read. It's basically a list of things that you intend to read in some predetermined time frame. However, I'm not putting a definitive timeline on myself since I know I won't stick to it, but I figured it would at least be fun to talk about some of the books I intend to read or pick back up after I finish the ones that I'm currently working through. First up is Hyperion by Dan Simmons. This is a Hugo Award-winning novel from 1989 that spawned 3 sequels. The book follows 7 pilgrims on their way to find the mystical Shrike, which is a creature that dwells within the Valley of the Time Tombs, where these huge mysterious structures move backward through time. Along the way, the pilgrims tell a story from their own life in a sort of Canterbury Tales structure, and my assumption is that by the end of the book we find out how these different people and their stories are all connected to the journey and possibly even each other. This is a highly regarded work among science fiction readers and one of my close friends. You know who you are. And so in order to indulge him, I am finally getting around to reading it. Next up is The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin, the first book in the Broken Earth trilogy. Another Hugo Award-winning novel, The Fifth Season takes place in a world broken by an ancient cataclysm, the fallout of which continues to ripple through the world in the present day. And as you can see, I've actually started this one already. I just put it down for a while. Jemisin has a unique story structure that I'm not sure I'm totally vibing with. The book follows 3 point-of-view characters, 2 of which are told in first-person perspective in the present tense, which is fine, but that's not really my preference. But the last and arguably main perspective is actually told in second-person present tense rather than first or third person, which is what you would normally find in fiction. The second tense for me kind of comes off as a gimmick and not really an essential piece of storytelling, so I guess I'll have to get to the end to find out for sure. Also, while the 3 storylines are fairly interesting individually, I'm not really certain what the actual conflict is within each one or how they connect to each other, and since they apparently don't intersect until the very end of the book, if that, it's hard to stay enthused about each one. But I plan to persevere through to the end because I want to see what the hype is all about. Also, Sony recently acquired the rights to the trilogy for movie adaptations, and I'm always a fan of reading the source material first. Next up is Karen Memory by Elizabeth Bear. I feel obligated to read through this one because she actually signed it for me when I met her at Gen Con. This is another one that I've already started, as you can tell. The story is about a prostitute named Karen in an alternate 19th century steampunk United States. The story opens with trouble appearing on the doorstep of Madame Damnable's bordello one night when a badly injured woman appears seeking sanctuary. Meanwhile, a streetwalker is discovered murdered, which launches us into a Jack the Ripper style murder mystery. The story itself is actually pretty good so far, but like with the 5th season, I've been having an issue with the writing style. This is a first-person story told from Karen's perspective. Karen has a sort of stereotypical southern accent, even though the story takes place on the West Coast, and boy is it strong. On one hand, on the writing side of things, I can appreciate what Bear is doing, and I really commend her for giving her protagonist a very strong narrative voice, but it's just a little annoying at times. Next, we've got The Emperor's Blades by Brian Staveley, a book I bought when it came out 8 years ago and haven't touched since. This book follows the 3 children of the Emperor of Anur, who is slain at the start of the novel. The 3 children, Caden, Valen, and Adair, I think that's how those are pronounced, are scattered across the world, set upon different life paths by their late father, and now they must find one another to solve the mystery of their father's murder and save the Empire from certain destruction. The book is the first in the Chronicles of the Unhewn Throne, and I've heard really good things about the whole trilogy, so I'm hoping that I'll enjoy it once I get around to it. And lastly, I have something that is decidedly not speculative fiction, Before and After the Book Deal. I figured I'd toss this one in here because I thought it would be good to share one of the writing resource books I have waiting to be read. This book covers a wide range of topics, such as whether an MFA is necessary, how to sit down and finish a novel, how to get a good advance, and so on and so forth. It includes contributions from over 150 industry professionals, including agents, editors, and authors. If it proves to be a good resource, I will let you know. So that's my quick and easy TBR at present, 5 books. Like I said, I don't really have a definitive timeline for any of this. Everybody should feel free to read at their own speed. It would be great to say that I'll finish all of this by the end of the year, but I don't want to lie to anyone, so let's set our sights on spring? Maybe? As always, thanks for stopping by my channel. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel if you're interested in hearing more of my thoughts on various stories and following along my writing journey, as well as seeing whether I stick to this list. Leave a comment below if you've got any thoughts on the books that I mentioned. Have you read or want to read any of them? Or, as always, just feel free to say hello. I post videos on Sunday and Wednesday. Until next time, I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you here in the next video.